Hi Taurus, thank you for joining me. I've got a reading for the period of the 11th of August all the way through to the 18th. So we've got the new moon partial eclipse happening tomorrow in the sign of Leo. This is a fantastic time for gaining independence. This really is a good time for us to really gain independence financially, security wise, in relationships, even perhaps even stigmas that we've associated to ourselves over the period of the year. It's almost like a reset button. Take charge, be a leader, do things with real conviction, I think. Remain confident that what you're doing is going to lead to success, and it's going to be working out in a way that your effort will be rewarded. You guys have really had to have a few, I think, wake-up calls in the home and family department. Like, home may have changed over the period of the last 2 years so drastically, and it's been good for you guys, I think, because it's bringing you closer to the ideal goal for what you want home to be. I think the key, bottom of the deck, I have Queen of Pentacles. I think the key to this week is really to see it as not a reset button, but a tally. Right, so over the past few years, I've had to go through this. I've had to discover this about myself. This has made me decide I want this over this, and how does this tie into who I am now? I'm going to call the cards out and we'll get into the reading. I have the Ace of Wands. Excuse me. I have the Nine of Swords. I have the Death card in reverse. I have the Four of Wands in reverse. I have the Seven of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the last card I have, is the Strength card. Okay, so Taurus. Let's consider this a beginning of intent and action. We've been through the year, we've had a few ups and downs. It's been good though, because if anything, it has now led you to this real, let's put things in fifth gear and move forward with this home situation, this business project, this relationship. It's really put you in that situation now, and this really is an invitation, if anything, for you to really push forward, take the initiative, push that gear stick, Mercury retrograde, put that gear stick in fifth gear and really push forward. Now's the time. Nine of Swords. The sleepless nights. I think this is bound to be related to security. I think Tauruses really value material things as representations of where they are in life. And I think they even override emotions for the most part. Now, it doesn't mean that you guys are superficial by any means, because these things are things that weigh quite heavily on your conscience. You will have found that the prelude to sort of 2018, 2016, 2017 was full of challenges, and it may have built up a whole series of stresses that you guys have carried around. And I want you to take this new eclipse season as an invitation to maybe put the swords away now. You are given a reset button, put the swords away. They're only going to hinder the forward movement. So maybe put those away for now. I have the Death card in reverse. So what may have been a death which would have led to a rebirth is perhaps me thinking that you still have a few things that you need to settle. Like, things aren't ready to just be given up on just yet. You've got a few projects in the work that you have spent your time on, and you shouldn't expect things to be written off quite so quickly. There might be a little bit more effort required on your part in certain directions in life, and it's really up to you to pick up the reins, like pick up the reins and move forward with it. Go with it. Again, I think you've got a little bit more work to do before everything sort of ties in together. Home, marriage, family, everything represented in this card. Like, you are gonna have to put in a little bit more work before we can say, right, this is the finish line. If you're looking for a finish line, let it be January 2019. Consider the rest of 2018 now a period for you to just really tie up loose ends, build where you need to build, finish up whatever you started. Don't give up. The Seven of Pentacles. You're going to really have to nurture whatever it is you're doing right now. Be it a project, which I think it is. I think this is work and money and finances. I think you're really going to have to up the game. You're going to have to be a little bit more disciplined. There's going to have to be a little bit more control in the process, as well as allowing yourself to trust the process. Like, see how he plants this stuff with the intention of things growing. You've got to be faithful in yourself that you can now push through the last phase of this year and really hit the mark for yourself in January. There is no reason why you can't if you get your head down now and let the rest of this year be your harvest. If your real ka-ching, jackpot, everything makes sense now moment is going to be 2019, January 2019. Leo season. We have the Strength card here. Now, either this is a Leo in your life or this is really this season. Maybe telling you to overcome a few demons. Just learn what hasn't worked for you this past year, in the the prelude to this year even. Know what hasn't worked for you and be analytical enough to be able to say, okay, this wasn't for me and maybe I need to learn to start putting this away now. Or this really gets me where I need to be. And be discerning, but be wise, okay? Strength card, it goes without saying, this is Leo season. You've got to be able to develop some sort of... You've got to be able to develop your path now. You've got to be self-confident in yourself and be a leader. Lead yourself. Like, set some really high standards for yourself and go for it. Don't stop for nothing. Like, this is taming a beast. Maybe there's a few things that you guys need to look at right now and tame about yourselves. Either way, strength. There is power to this season for you if you choose to take it. So maybe really look at the opportunities around you and look at how much work you're putting into certain things and really expand and strengthen those things. I think they will really work out for you in the new year. It's not a race, Taurus, so don't be trying to hit the mark before the crop is even ready. Taurus, I think you're going to have a beautiful week if you really get yourself organized and prioritize and remain confident. Have a beautiful week, Taurus. I will see you again.